Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56 and my good friend and cameraman John, and this is going to be part one of a new series of survival food taste tests and review. This series is going to be all about chili, specifically canned chili. Now, most people, when they first start getting into prepping and putting away storage food, usually start by buying canned goods from their local grocery store. And this is a good, inexpensive way to get started. And it's the kind of food that your family normally eats anyway. And one of the big things, along with Spam and beanie weenies, SpaghettiOs, ravioli, that sort of thing that people put away in cans. Canned chili is another one that's pretty common. Now, one thing that you want to do in a high stress situation where you're having to eat your storage food is you don't want to be throwing unfamiliar food into the mix on your family. So just going out and buying the cheapest generic no-name brand chili that you can find just so you have something in your food storage is not really a good idea. Sure, it's better than nothing, it'll keep you alive, but if it tastes like garbage, your family may not eat it, and you pretty much wasted your money and defeated the purpose. So what we're going to do, I've gone out and found as many different brands of canned chili locally here as I can find. So far, this is what I've been able to find. I'm going to continue looking at other stores and try to find some other brands that aren't here and that we haven't tried, and I'll add that to the mix. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare two different ones at a time. In fact, we're going to be having it for lunch later today. And we will declare a taste test winner for those first two. And then as the series goes along, we'll do two more against each other and two more until we've got a list of winners out of all the different brands I've been able to get. Then we'll take all of those and we'll start comparing those. And we'll do this until we come up with the number one best tasting brand of canned chili that we can find based on our taste buds and what we can find here locally. Now, some of these brands you may or may not find where you live, and there may be some brands that you have where you live that you may like that we don't have here. And in fact, if you would like to see me taste test and review some of the brands that you have in your neck of the woods that we don't have here, and you would like to donate a can or two, feel free. I would be happy to add it to the test series. Just send me a private message on YouTube and I'll send you my mailing address. So any donations of that kind would be appreciated. Now, we're not going to be really comparing and judging the value per and nutritional value of these against each other. We're going strictly by taste. I'm going to try to remove the labels from all the ones that we test, scan them in, and have a picture of that at the end of each video so that you'll be able to judge the nutritional value and ingredients for yourself. I will include what the local price was that I paid for each can of chili that we test. That will be in the video as well. So we're going to be taking two of these today. So John, you pick out one and then I will pick out one. And those will be the two that we test today.
Let's try the Vietti. That right there.
Okay. The Vietti All Natural No Beans Chili. This is a brand that I'm not familiar with, so we'll go with that. And I think we will test that against a brand that I am familiar with, and that's good old Hormel. This is the chunky style with no beans. So this should be a pretty fair comparison. So these are the two that we're going to have for lunch today, and we're going to taste test. That'll be in a couple hours from now. So until then, we'll see you once we've got the chili ready to go. As you can see by the clock on my stove here, we're ready for some lunch. So we're going to heat the chili up now and do our taste test. First, I just wanted to show you what they look like immediately after dumping them out of the can. First up is the Vieta, and that's what it looks like dumped right out the can. I haven't stirred it up or anything. Okay. And then over here is what the Hormel looks like right out the can. Now right off it looks like there's bigger chunks in the Hormel, but overall to me the Vietti looks thicker. I know it took longer to come out of the can than the Hormel did, whatever that tells you. Now in a moment I'm going to turn on the burners. We're going to heat it up and then we'll come back and test it. Before I do that though, there was a couple things I wanted to mention. First thing I wanted to mention was that we're only doing real chili. I'm not going to be including in this series any chili, canned chili that's marked specifically for hot dogs, because that's not real chili. We're only doing real chili. And the other thing I wanted to do, before I forget, I wanted to give a shout out to the youngest and coolest prepper on YouTube. That would be the Bushcraft Kid and his prepared mom. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to go to their channel. I hope you do. Tell them I sent you. Subscribe to them. This little guy is he's really into prepping, and he's pretty good at it. And I watch his videos, he watches mine, and in part this chili series is dedicated to him. So Dawson, I hope you like canned chili. So anyway, we're going to heat up the chili and we'll be back as soon as it's ready to eat. Okay, the chili is heated up and ready to taste. First thing, we noticed that both of them have a different smell from each other. One seems to smell more garlicky than the other. Let me dish out some of the Hormel here. And let me show you what it looks like after it's been heated up. Alright, John, you come on around. And you take that. Hand me that spoon.
Okay.
Should have planned for that. And I'll dish me up some. And then we can taste it and give our impressions. Alright, let's have a smell. How does it smell?
I smell garlic.
Well, I don't smell garlic so much, but like I said, we know from our beer reviews that my senses and palate are not nearly as good as yours. So let's taste it. Well, we've not added anything to this. This is just how it comes out of the can.
It's pretty doggone good. It's a good chili.
It's not bad. I mean, you know, it's good old Hormel.
Yeah.
I know I've had Hormel plenty of times over the years. And, you know, it has, it's certainly not hot by any means. It's not terribly spicy. You can taste some flavorings in it. I'm not sure what. Maybe some garlic, maybe some basil. But other than that, it's sufficiently salty, but not overly salty. I don't believe.
No, his season's just right. This would definitely be a good one.
You know, I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect a name brand canned chili to taste like. It's nothing special, but it's definitely something you wouldn't mind having in your food storage. It's something that I know I've taken on camping trips before, and it works well for that. It seems to be hearty. The meat is tender and flavorful.
It's good all the way around.
Okay.
Well,
Now we know what that one tastes like. Let's cleanse our palates, and then I'll dish us out the Vietti.
all right.
I will say about the Vietti is that it's a much soupier. It's darker in color, which you'll see in a minute, and it is much soupier in texture. Much soupier. In fact, in my opinion, it's too soupy to be called a chili. More like a chili soup. I'll show you that in a moment. But that doesn't have any bearing on how it may taste. We're really only doing taste. So there it is. You can see just how soupy that is. Alright? But here's the important part. Let's see how it tastes. Come on, John. Smell it? I smell something that almost smells like curry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cumin. You can see the bits of meat in it, but it's just that, bits. It's not it's not chunks like the other one.
It tastes meaty.
Yeah, the sauce has a meaty flavor to it.
A little chili powder. She says chili pepper.
It has a little, just a touch more spiciness to it. Not necessarily, not really hot, but a spiciness to it, like, you know, chili powder, like it has.
That's it.
Like it has a little bit more than its share of chili powder.
That's it. Yeah, the Hormel had little green peppers in it. This one does not.
No, I don't really see anything in here except the little tiny pieces of meat.
That's it.
It's like ground beef, is what it is.
Ground beef and a thick gravy.
Yeah, basically that's kind of what this is, ground beef and a gravy. It's flavorful, you know, I have no problem with the flavor.
I like both of them,
Hmm.
but we got to make a choice.
I think I have to give the win to the Hormel. I like the taste of the Hormel a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
and the thickness. The difference in the thickness and the chunkierness of the meat.
Yeah.
I have to take that into account. Because based on strictly taste between the two, I couldn't really pick a winner.
Yeah.
But if you add taste with the fact that this is much chunkier and does have the little pieces of pepper in it, I think this one is the winner for
I
these
do
two.
too.
So, you heard it here first. The Hormel Chunky Chili is the winner in round one. So stay tuned, and part two of this series will be coming up as soon as John and I are able to schedule a day when we can eat chili for lunch again. Which, if you know John, we certainly won't want to do that every day. Yeah, you know, John. You know, I'm telling the truth.
Oh well.
Okay, so this is Spec Ops 56 and my fellow guinea pig John Toe, who's over there blushing red because he knows I speak the truth. Saying thanks for watching part one of our chili taste-off series, and hope you come back for more. Until the next one, see ya.